Today on the Scran line, we are going to be making this gorgeous flourless chocolate peanut butter cake. This cake is really quick and easy to make. It's grain-free and gluten-free and totally delicious. We're going to begin by adding a heat-proof bowl over a pot of gently simmering water. This is called the double boiling method, and it's going to allow us to melt these ingredients really gently and easily. Add some dark chocolate, unsalted butter and some peanut butter to that bowl, and we're going to mix these together until everything is completely melted, combined and smooth. While I'm mixing it, it's probably a good time for me to remind you all to subscribe if you haven't, and hit the little bell icon so that you're notified as soon as my new videos go up. Now that everything is combined and smooth, we're going to set that aside, and to a separate small bowl we're going to add our eggs and we're going to whisk these together. We're just giving them a head start before we add them to that slightly warm chocolate mixture so that they don't cook. You're going to whisk while you're adding it in there, and then once all of that is really well combined, and by the way you'll notice that it's going to thicken, we are ready to add some sugar. We're going to mix that in. And then we're going to add some unsweetened cocoa powder. This recipe is really dense, it has no flour, and it's almost brownie-like in texture. Add that to a springform pan which you've sprayed with some oil spray, and we're going to bake this on 175 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Once it's baked, let it cool down, and we're going to move on to the ganache. Again, we're going to be making this in a double boiler, and we're going to be adding some dark chocolate, unsalted butter and some peanut butter in there. This is basically half of the flourless chocolate cake recipe, but we're just turning it into a ganache. By the way guys, my favorite thing about this recipe is that chocolate and peanut butter already go well together, but this ganache just really ups the level of flavor in this recipe. Once that ganache is melted and smooth and well combined, we're going to add our cool down flourless chocolate cake on top of a cooling rack, which is sitting on top of a baking tray. I thought that this ganache was going to flow over the sides, but it's fairly thick and it just stayed on top. This is my favorite part. I've added some peanut butter into a heat-proof bowl and microwaved this for about 20 seconds. Then I added it to a piping bag, and I'm going to pipe some peanut butter on top of the cake. This kind of thins out the peanut butter. Then you're going to grab the end of a spoon or a toothpick or skewer, and isn't this effect really cool? It's really easy to do, and it just looks so classic. Let this cool down, slice it up and dig in. The recipe for this is going to be on my website, thescranline.com. That's where you're going to find most of my recipes. They're going up slowly. If you're watching this in the future, they're probably already up there. So I'd go over to the website and check it out. And guys, there are recipes on the screen right now. Click on those to watch more from me, and I'll see you all on the next episode of the Scran Line.